Alright, today I want to do a little tutorial on the 2017 Camaro ZL1 Performance Traction Management System, which will include the line lock as well. And so I'm pulling all my info right from the High Performance Owner's Manual supplement that came with the car. And so go through and show you the features. The manual also has the ideal alignment specs for track use as well. So step one, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna start the car, I'm just gonna turn it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold this engine stop start switch about 6 seconds. Okay, powered up, not starting it, so I'm not gonna press the clutch. So as it's warming up, a couple things that I think are pretty neat. You'll notice the ambient lighting is currently in blue. I'll go ahead and turn the radio off. Okay, get that out of the way. Ambient lighting in blue indicates actually that it's in touring mode, in fact, right now. So one thing we're going to do is show you I'm in here trying to set up launch control, which is where line lock is, and I'll go ahead and I'll try to press the button, but you'll notice it just says disabled. It's grayed out. You can't do it. I imagine it's for safety features, so it's pretty difficult to actually get in here and access this line lock. I'm sure they don't want people doing that on accident. And so step one, what we have to do, press the mode switch here. Notice as I change that, it's going to roll through the different options. So touring mode, you'll notice the blue surround. Go down one, sport. Sport's going to change this to a red, which I find pretty convenient. You don't have to press the switch, you really just look at the color, you tell what mode you're in. Still disabled. Now we're in track. I'm going to skip over track, and I'm going to go to snow and ice. Snow and ice is kind of whitish, maybe like a very light blue. And in each one of these modes, it actually changes the exhaust noise or the output. For going around, we were driving it in snow and ice, and it actually puts it in stealth exhaust mode. It's very quiet, and which isn't really that fun, but it's really smooth and drivable. So this is going to be my wife's daily driver, and we were a little bit concerned about, you know, it being a little loud and a little obnoxious all the time. We're not going to be driving it on snow and ice at the track, or if I'm driving, but for her to drive it every day, the snow and ice was nice. The power comes on smooth. It's fairly quiet. It's not popping on decel as we're pulling into the neighborhood. And in addition to that, on snow and ice, I was actually getting, I could scroll through, and I would like to show you if we go up to the information. I'm controlling that with this switch here. Go to the info, go ahead and get into there. I will show you. So that's our current fuel economy, 19.3. It's not bad. I can guarantee they underrated the car if you're driving in the snow and ice mode. I know that's kind of sidetracked from where we were, but you can see I was getting 26.8 miles per gallon, and that was over about a 40-mile drive, so it wasn't a fluke, but that was in snow and ice mode. Now when I go ahead and put it in track mode, that was dropping off significantly. So if you're just going to use it as a daily and you want to save a little bit of gas, put that thing in snow and ice mode. You're going to start to save a lot of fuel. And I think it's not just the exhaust that changes. There's a lot of buffering between the pedal and the throttle, so you'll hit the throttle and it'll kind of delay it a little bit, obviously to help you gain traction, but it was working pretty well. And then I'll go ahead and press this again. You can't really hear it, but I can actually hear the exhaust valve opening and closing and moving around. So we're going to go in track. track is an orange color. So you saw it change from red to orange. I believe they did it for the orange is kind of like the highlight color for the 50th anniversary car, which of course this is a 2017, so you got that 50 logo there. Now once you're in track mode, you have to put it in track mode. The next step, right per the manual, is you actually have to not press traction off, but you actually have to double tap it. Now you see I double tapped it. It brought up a whole new menu. So this is the active handling. Now you're talking about adjusting the suspension. It's going to adjust a few things. It's going to change the amount that the rear electronic locking differential is going to slip and where it's going to lock. And so let's say we start right at wet. You'll see wet shows active handling on. Dry shows active handling on. Sport 1 is active handling on. Sport 2, that changes to off. You can see that right there. So Sport 2, that's more if they're going to let you do your thing. There's not going to be a whole lot of using the car's computer to think for you. It's just raw, and that's what you got. And so, and then of course race is also going to turn the performance traction off, so it's just raw power. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, we're going to put it to dry, and I'm not going to start the car so it doesn't matter, but then I'm going to read right from that manual what the options are. And so for wet, it's intended for all driver skills, ideal for wet or damp conditions only, not intended for heavy rain or standing water. The StabiliTrak is on, and engine power is reduced based on conditions. And that was, of course, the wet right on top. And then the dry, for use by less experienced drivers or while learning a new track. Dry conditions only. StabiliTrak is on, and sorry, I got distracted by an incoming text message there. StabiliTrak is on, and engine power is reduced based on conditions. So both of these are going to pull a little engine power if it starts to detect some wheel slip. And then below that, Sport 1, for use by drivers familiar with the track, dry conditions only. StabiliTrak is on, and more engine power is available than lower modes. And I can verify you start to get a little bit more power on that mode. And then we're looking at PTM Sport 1, PTM Sport 2. For drivers familiar with the track, dry conditions only. StabiliTrak is off, and engine power is available the same as Sport 1. And then there is, of course, race. For use of drivers, for use by drivers familiar with the track, dry conditions only. StabiliTrak is off, and engine power is available for maximum cornering speed. At that point, we're just going to go up. And you'll see we're going to go to, let's just go back to that dry where we started. Now, once we're on dry, we're going to leave it on dry, and then we can go, we're going to get out of economy, so we're going to press left. That's what I did here. I pressed left, and then we're going to come down, keep going, all the way to the bottom, to set to options. And now at this point, we've got it on launch control, so I'm going to get in launch control, press OK, and it's going to give me some options. General surface, what launch RPM I want, and I'm not going to lie to you, the car's got a couple 100 miles on it. We haven't done any launch control yet, but I'm looking forward to see how it is. The slip target is adjustable. I read it, I believe it's anywhere between 5% and 15%. I'm pretty sure that that's what it said. And so these tires are going to be mega bucks. I'm probably going to go for a little bit less slip, maybe get a little bit quicker if you let it slip some more, but I would set it for a little bit lower myself. At this point, I'm going to press the right arrow. If I do the right arrow, this is where we can change some things. Leave it automatic. We could do a custom. We can adjust that launch RPM. Get rid of that message there. Now this is where we adjust our slip target. Now this is the feature that I was really intrigued by and surprised they put it on. So let's go ahead and we're going to press OK on line lock. Now it's going to give us some instructions. I'm going to zoom in a hair. So right now I'm going to push my foot on the brake pedal. And I'm pushing fairly hard and it's not coming up that much, so I'm going to actually really stand on the pedal. And you'll notice it's making its way up there. And I'm telling you, I'm standing on the pedal. In fact, so much that I'm actually going to start it. Used up all my vacuum practicing to make sure I knew how to use it. Make sure I'm back in there. Okay, put it on dry. Go back over. Get into line lock again. Sorry for the delay. Now that I got my vacuum assist because the engine's running, I can stand on it. Okay, front wheel's locked. Make sure I got this baby in neutral. Now as soon as I let off the brakes, it's counting down from 15 seconds. And that's going to tell us how much time you got to do the burnout. And that was it. It was over right there. I'll do that one more time. I'm going to take the parking brake back off. Okay, I'm going to press, dismiss that, press right. Do that line lock again. Stand on the brakes. Release the brakes. 15, 14, 13, 12. So right now, if I was being bad, I'd be spinning the tires. Of course, the rear brakes are unlocked, the front brakes are locked, so it's not going anywhere. We're just heating the tires up, getting ready for that good launch, and then it's over. It's going to try to set the parking brake, which I'm going to release right now, and that's officially the line lock right there. Then, you know, while I'm in here, I got the car running. Of course, it's with the garage door closed. I'm going to give you a little feel for the exhaust notes. Right now, you know it's in track mode because it's orange. I'm going to go ahead and change that. Exit this. Put it on snow and ice. Hopefully you would have heard that difference. Go ahead, take it off that wussy mode. This is America. Put that sucker in track mode. Huge difference. Super cool, you can control it too. And you can actually control the exhaust notes separately from the mode. I just find it's a lot easier just to go ahead and keep it linked to the performance mode you're in. And there it is. Exhaust valve's closed up. So, haven't seen anybody do a real thorough review and tutorial on the ZL1 yet. We'll take it out. It's raining terribly, so that's not happening right now. So, that's it. And then, like I mentioned, everything's referenced through the manual. And last thing that was pretty fun, here's your ideal alignment specs for track use right there. A lot of good.